Hey guys, good morning. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. I'm in the middle of a workout and I wasn't quite ready to do a video, but I couldn't get this off my mind. There is this MAGA fanatic, Bryant Culpepper, from Lake Okeechobee. I'm assuming that's in Florida. This is the guy that in front of a whole town council meeting came up, recommended the idea of inhaling a hot hairdryer. He said he saw it on One American News, the bizarre, fanatic, conspiracy-minded cable news channel, that's supposedly coming up to challenge Fox News. Just what we need. Second, but worse, more conspiracy-minded, more false news, Fox, a new channel. Anyway, this Bryant Culpepper, the more I looked into it, he has since apologized on his Facebook page for this ridiculous recommendation that people inhale a hot hair dryer to kill the coronavirus. If you look on David Pakman's show, he's got an actual video of this town council meeting where this Culpepper guy is actually, it's the actual moment, the actual meeting where Culpepper is going on about One America News, and there was a very prominent well, he didn't use the word prominent. Most MAGA Trump supporters don't know words that are that big, but he went on to just try to make it sound that One America News and that all his information was tight, And the one thing that really bothered me, I went through some of his stuff, and half of it is just lies. And I start to think about this: Trump supporters and Trump himself with these false narratives. They must know. They must know. I find it hard to grasp that the Republican Party has morphed into the party of Trump, which now it's easy to find and point out just one falsehood after another. This one I want to bring up. Culpepper brings up on his Facebook page. This is the one that really gets my goat. That it is Obama that started locking up families and dividing families, that it was him that did it, and Trump was just inherited his legacy. It was evil. It was the evil black man that did this. This just pisses me off to no end. Okay, it's easy to do a little investigation, each of you. I'm not going to give you any links or anything. If you want to just take 5 minutes and look into this and see if did Obama lock up families, divide, put kids in cages. Okay? The truth of the matter, the truth of it is, these detention centers, these family detention centers, these cages, a lot of them were constructed during the Obama era because Obama was being proactive in trying to stop illegal immigration, which is what Trump supporters want. Now, this is where the truth and the rhetoric split. These detention centers, during the Obama period, never held children. These detention centers were for the occasion because a lot of families were crossing over together. So what do we do with these families? These were specially constructed. They were to house these families for 72 hours before they were processed and sent back. The absolute only time that any children were separated from family in these detention centers during the Obama era was if the child's life was in danger, if there was a threat of physical harm, especially to the child. That was the only time. It did not happen during the Obama era. What Trump and his supporters are doing here is basically just altering history completely. And the thing is, it's on the TV. You almost see it on the news now, and it's not true. And it bothers the hell out of me that people, this like Culpepper here, sells it and puts it out there that Trump just, poor Trump, he just inherited this bad situation. And it's funny, Trump says, what was this quote? He just said about 2 days ago, I could do whatever I want. Do whatever I want. It's on a lot of Joe Biden's campaign ads. Trump says this, or maybe it was back from the investigation, the impeachment. But he actually says, I could do whatever I want. Well, if you could do whatever you want, then it would stand to reason that when you supposedly inherited these Obama child detention centers, that if you could do whatever you want, well, then you could have stopped it. Right? You could do whatever you want. You do. So why couldn't you stop that if that's what you inherited? See, that right there doesn't make any sense. Because when you're looking for an excuse, then all of a sudden, well, geez, it's not my fault. It's Obama's fault. And this just goes along. The fact that he's saying now that I don't accept responsibility. This man should not be. This man is an embarrassment and a disgrace as president. Going back to who is it? Harry S. Truman. The buck stops here. The buck stops here. No excuses. I'm the top guy. I answer for everything. No more excuses, no finger pointing. This is where you get answers or you get action. The buck stops here. What do you get with Donald Trump? Oh, I don't accept responsibility. But I can do whatever I want. It really seems to me sometimes that Donald Trump stopped growing emotionally around 15 years old. I know this happens to drug users. They talk about this. When you use drugs, a lot of times your emotional growth and mental growth is stunted where you first started. And I believe it happened to Donald Trump. I'm not kidding around. Maybe it was his spoiled, rich background or whatever, but I truly believe, you look at his spelling, his vocabulary, his name calling, his attitude, his character, his personality, and it all points to like a 15-year-old boy. So there's something wrong with him. But I'm getting off track here. Getting back to Mr. Bryant Culpepper. If anybody just takes 5 minutes of your time and you look this up, you'll see it's not true. The Obama administration did not separate families and children as a matter of what's it called? A rule. Like I said, only if the child was endangered. But these detention centers, it was thoughtful that, well, when we get families in here, we're going to need somewhere to house them for 72 hours. And I found that in all the information I found, these detention centers were just designed for 72 hours, not for 3 years. Not for just the children, and then sending the parents back. How the hell, this bothers me so much. How do we reunite these families again? We now have damaged orphans, thousands of damaged orphans in a warehouse right now with no plan and a pandemic raging. Man, I don't know. All right. I got to get back to my workout. You guys have a good Friday.